Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Margaret Tumsime. I'm your counseling psychologist, and on this channel we are going to be talking about a number of things that can affect us in a number of ways: the relationships, family, parenting, work, money, health, and anything that you can think of that can affect our mental health. And on this one, I wanted to start with something I've been hearing of. Many people made the resolutions since last year, and actually a number of my friends. And one of the things they've been trying to do for years is actually writing books, or putting what they know or their knowledge into a book. But up to now, when you ask them, one will tell you, I started, but I lost momentum along the way. Another one will tell you that I actually don't know what to write. Another one will tell you, I have few words. I started and one page is enough, and we can't have a book with one page. A number of reasons. So I decided to come up and start with that and tell you guys we can do this. We can honestly do this. You don't have to think a lot. You don't have to think maybe you have to be a professor to write a book. If there is an area that you really feel you are experienced in, or maybe you have a concern that you would like to communicate to the world, or anything that you're passionate about, just as long as you have that kind of information that you feel that another person should know, just put it down on paper. You know why you have to put it down on paper? Because the person who might need that information, you may never meet them. And even if you meet them, you may never get the time to sit down and tell them and say, hey, this is what I thought, this is how I was, this is what I think, this is what bothered me, like that. So it is important to put that idea on paper and add on another one and another one until it becomes a book. You might be wondering, is it even necessary to write a book? Yes, if you feel you have something to communicate to the world, just write it down. I'm telling you. It is also something that will help you leave a legacy. So many years after your life has ended on this earth, or a lot of things have happened, someone will get onto that book and say, hey, there lived a man, there lived a woman who was called this name by this name, and actually they said like this. So literally it is a legacy, it is a form of legacy that you're going to the world, and then it is a means of sharing your information to the world. People, we are not here just to eat and produce and at the end of the day we fall sick and we die. No, we are here to impact the world, to tell them that, hey, I was here and I lived, and this is what happened during my generation, this is what I thought should happen, or something like that. So it is very, very important that you share whatever you feel in your heart to the world, and it also boosts your credibility. You establish yourself in the expert world. You know, by the time you finish writing a book, it means you've taken time to think, to research. You know, that time you've taken, by the time you're done with it, you have some good information about it. Therefore, you can qualify being referred to as an expert in that field. And then you also, as I told you, it is one way of making a valuable contribution to this world. So why don't you just put that pain on a paper and start writing? You may wonder, how do they start? You know, writing has two forms. You're either writing fictional stories or non-fictional. Now, with fiction, this is something that you just think of out of your imagination, and you even create characters and you give them content. You just create it. Literally, it never happened, but you just imagined it and you created it in reality by putting it on on paper. But then there is also non-fiction, where it is a real life experience. It is either about an event that happened or a place or something. So I'm sure where you've walked, where you've been, your life as in its entirety, you can't fail to get something that you'd feel to be that you'd feel you'd want it to be maybe kept and maintained throughout the ages, so that even your grandchildren and your grandchildren should have a look at it. So just put that book down, and if you're finding hardships in that, just communicate. That's why I'm here. Just inbox me and say, how do I start? I am willing to give you the mentorship that you need, the guidance, or to take you through the process. By the way, I have written a number of books, though I only launched one, but by God's grace this year I have purposed that I have tried and complete at least 3 books, so that by the time I put out another launch, wow, it will be a mega launch. But I don't want to do it alone. How about we write it with you? We write that book with you, so that we plan a mega launch together. When I'm launching mine, you're also launching yours. So that's why I'm here. It's not like I'm an expert, but at least I have some experience, so I can guide you at least. And where I fail, at least I know others who have gone far ahead of me and who are in a better position to guide all of us, me, you, and another one who will join us. I want to read you a quote by Miles Monroe. He said that the wealthiest place on the planet is the graveyard. And he continued to write many things. There are a lot of things, dreams that were never accomplished, that are found in the graveyard. But one thing I picked also, he also said, there lives, remember, in the graveyard, there lives best-selling books that were never written. So my friend, this year, let us purpose. Let us write that book down. Let us put that information on paper. Let us share it with the world. Let us make our contribution. Let us leave a legacy. Leave something that your grandchildren will look back and say, there lived a man, there lived a woman with these names, because in his time he said this and this, by quoting what you wrote in your own book. All right, so that is it for today. I'm waiting for your comments or your inboxes, whatever about book writing. Just let's get started. It's not yet too late. In case you want us to discuss other things, no problem. Just put it down in the comment and I'll be back just to talk about that. Thank you. I love you.